Vietnam proposes playing host to APEC Year 2027. Big fire at Nam Cam Industrial Park in Nghệ An province. Korean teacher is dedicated to Nghệ An students.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. Let's begin our bulletin with the latest and hottest news. On November 17th, the Vietnamese President Vo Van Thuong just attended the 30th APEC Economic Leaders Meeting in San Francisco, U.S., and the leaders just welcomed Vietnam's bid to host the APEC Year 2027. Addressing the meeting, the Vietnamese President Vo Van Thuong highlighted major lessons learned from the APEC cooperation process over the past 3 decades, bringing practical benefits to people. According to the President, the openness and goodwill of all parties, the vision and strategic thinking of generations of leaders, and the strong support and companionship of the business community and people just helped the economies understand and overcome differences, find a common ground, and promote common interests. At the same time, the vision and strategic thinking of generations of leaders, as well as the companionship of businesses and people, have correctly positioned the role of Asia-Pacific. To further contribute to the APEC cooperation process, President Thuong proposed that Vietnam play host to the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting and other related events in 2027. The proposal received strong support from the leaders attending the meeting. This morning in Hanoi, Nghệ An province, in coordination with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, just organized a discussion on potentials, advantages, and strategic directions for socio-economic development in Western Nghe An.
It can be said that the western region of Nghệ An is a treasure, waiting for enthusiastic investors with strengths and experience in the fields of high-tech agricultural production, forestry, pharmaceuticals, processing, tourism, trade, to enrich and turn potential resources into wealth and material. Through the discussion, the participants showed that to develop Western region sustainably, in addition to the internal strength, initiative, and efforts of the province and localities, it is important to receive the support of the central government and the active participation of entrepreneurs and businesses. At the discussion, leaders of Nghệ An province also pledged to create the most favorable conditions possible for businesses to come and research as well as investing, doing business, and developing in the western region of Nghệ An.
Last night, on the banks of the heritage site of Ha Long Bay, Quang Ninh province, the Hkaido Festival was held for the first time in Vietnam. The event themed Quang Ninh Hkaido Rich Cultural Integration attracted the participation of thousands of people and tourists.
The event is a practical activity celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam-Japan diplomatic relations and implementing the exchange and cooperation agreement between Quang Ninh Province, Vietnam, Hkaido Province, Japan, to organize the Hkaido Festival in Ha Long. Within the framework of the festival, a series of events will take place, such as the meeting to sign a memorandum of cooperation between Quang Ninh and Hkaido Province, Quang Ninh, Japan Investment Promotion Conference. This is an important event, demonstrating the solidarity and friendship between the two provinces, continuing to open up practical and effective cooperation opportunities, promoting and deepening strategic cooperation between Vietnam and Japan.
Coming up next are some updated news. Within the framework of the project K-Vietnam Valley, the solution of the future, the Vietnamese village will be built in Bong Hoa District, North Gyeongsang Province of South Korea. The project is formed according to a miniature traditional Vietnamese village model with a highlight of the ancient relics left by the Prince Lee Long Tuong and the descendants of the Lee family in South Korea. The Vietnamese village project, now named K-Vietnam Valley, is developed based on the historical exchange between Lee Dynasty and the Republic of Korea years ago. The project is a strategic vision in enhancing cultural, history, and tourism-based exchanges between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea in next 30 years.
On the morning of November 18th, according to people in Gyi Quang Commune, smoke and fire rose very strongly at a factory in Nam Cam Industrial Park located in the commune. Upon receiving the news, the Fire Prevention and Rescue Police Department and Nghi and Provincial Police dispatched many fire engines to the scene to put out the fire. The fire occurred at Green Star Company, which specializes in processing waste. The fire originated from waste. The fire has now been controlled and no human damage has been recorded. The cause of the fire is continuing to be clarified.
The Philippines authorities said at least 6 people were killed after a 6.7 magnitude earthquake struck the southern Philippines on November 17th. Rescuers are searching too after there was a landslide. According to the German Research Center for Geosciences, the offshore quake struck off Mindanao, the second largest island in the Philippines, at a depth of 60 kilometers. The Philippines lies within the Pacific Ring of Fire, where volcanic activity and earthquakes are common.
Let's move to today's story. With the desire to teach Korean and introduce the cultural kimchi country to young Vietnamese people, after retiring from career, Mrs. No Jeong-soon has still participated in volunteer activities in Nghệ An province. Every day, teacher No Jeong-soon regularly comes to classes to teach Korean to students at Vietnam Korea Industrial Technical College. It is her joy and happiness. As for the students, it is lucky to be touched by this foreign teacher.
She teaches very methodically, scientifically, with rich content, easy to understand and remember. In addition to classroom hours, I can also participate in extracurricular activities, clubs, and learn more about Korean culture and cuisine.
Born and grown up in Thiên Chu City, Bieongbuk Province, before coming to Vietnam, teacher No Jeong-soon was a civil servant in an administrative agency in Gyeongbuk Province. With a desire to bring the Korean language and culture closer to everyone, especially Vietnamese people, after retiring, she decided to register and become a volunteer in the Korean language training field of Korea International Cooperation Agency.
Nghe An province has a school established in 1998 thanks to the cooperation of the Vietnamese and Korean governments. To maintain a sustainable relationship and responsible support, I have been assigned by KOICA to work at the Korean Language Department, Vietnam Korea Industrial Technical College.
During working time in Nghệ An, Mrs. No Jeong-soon realized that her decision to go to Vietnam was completely right. Many students with outstanding academic results have been selected to go to Korea to study and work. And because of the love for Nghệ An, when the volunteer time ends, she continues to ask to stay in the province to support the students and teachers here. The last story just ended our show today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now and see you next time.